afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Start thinking up your plant and garden questions.
That's right. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be with us a little later this hour in the studio. Whoops, my mic is not on. Sorry.
Now,
Rookie mistake.
now, who's going to be here?
Yeah, what did you say? Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be here later this hour. We'll be taking your plant and garden questions live, and we'll let you know when it's time to call in. Sorry about that.
No problem. We heard you. First, topping our news today is deja vu in the forecast. Another Thursday potentially packing severe storms is on the way. We'll have your first warned forecast.
It dates back to a time when horses and cows were used as payments. We'll have the history behind Wisconsin's personal property tax law and why some want to do away with it.
Plus, new artwork awaits students when they return to a Madison school. We'll share the message the artist wants her work to deliver. But first, let's take a look outside. Not a bad day today, kind of cloudy. I drove home for lunch through a downpour.
Yeah, and there wasn't a drop of rain here at the station.
Or at home, just in between. And more rain is welcome, but the big but Gary Canelti's in the backyard. But we don't the severe weather.
Yeah, we don't need the severe weather, so hopefully we can avoid most of that, but we could be looking at a pretty good soaking rain over the next few days. We have an alert day in the forecast for the potential for severe weather tomorrow, mainly tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. High winds, hail, heavy rain, the main threats. Outside chance of an isolated tornado, but I think that's relatively small. I think the hail and wind threats are probably the highest. Storm Prediction Center has expanded the severe weather outlook for tomorrow. Slight risk of severe thunderstorms, level 2 north and west of Madison. A marginal risk for isolated severe thunderstorms farther to the east. A lot of it will depend on when these storms develop. Right now, just a few light showers out there, not a lot in the way of thunderstorm activity, but we've had plenty of clouds. The rest of the Midwest has pretty much been cloud-free, but the clouds have been right over southern and central Wisconsin, and that's made a difference in temperatures. Right now, they're in the middle 70s, whereas farther to the north and west, temperatures are in the 80s because the sun is shining. And notice the dew point temperatures. They're starting to creep up into the 60s, especially across our western viewing area, and that's what will fuel the thunderstorms for tomorrow. So look for partly cloudy skies tonight. The humidity will keep our low temperature up to 68. We could see a shower or thunderstorm by morning, and then we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday as well. High temperatures tomorrow will be near 80 degrees. As we check out first warned traffic, right now we're seeing some delays on the Beltline. Both directions of the Beltline seeing some off and on delays, so that's slowing down traffic there. South of Madison, though, I-39-90 down towards Janesville, even in the construction zone, moving along at a pretty good pace. I-94 eastward toward Milwaukee, no problems there. And north and west of Madison, I-39, 90, 94 out toward Portage and into central Wisconsin and western parts of the state. No issues there. That's your news for now. First warned traffic.
All right, we'll check back in a few minutes, Gary. Thank you. There are tax cuts, and then there's tax elimination. That's what the state's finance committee decided to do today.
Personal property is different from regular property tax, and if you haven't heard of it, there's a good reason for that. Naomi Coles joins us live from the Capitol with more on its history. Naomi?
This goes back to pre-cash days, so back when people were using things like horses and cows as currency. Starting in 1911, we started taxing income as well. So for the past several years, Wisconsin has been rolling back some of the eliminations of the personal property tax, and now they want to take the whole thing away entirely. It's a particular impact on businesses like restaurants, and the current version applies mainly to things like tables, chairs, and supplies. The Republican lawmaker who's wanted to end the tax for years, he links it to an old saying.
The farmers didn't want to count their chickens before they hatched, because once they hatched, they became taxable property.
It goes from here to the full legislature next week, and the governor hasn't indicated one way or another whether he'd sign it. By the way, I tried to fact check the origins of that saying for you. I did find that some people trace it as far back as one of Aesop's fables. However, I wasn't able to find a link connecting it to tax meaning. Maybe you can find that for me instead. Anyway, coming up at 5 o'clock, I'll be talking about why some Democrats say it could contribute to overall declining revenues for local governments.
Naomi, we'll see you then. Thank you. A setback today for state Republican leaders in their attempt to set redistricting boundaries. A state appeals court has refused to put on hold a judge's ruling that the Republicans illegally hired private taxpayer-funded attorneys to represent them in anticipation of legal challenges over redistricting. Republicans wanted to put the ruling on hold while they pursued an appeal. The U.S. Supreme Court has sided with a Pennsylvania high school cheerleader, ruling that she was wrongly suspended over a vulgar social media post.
The High Court had to grapple with a school's ability to discipline students for what they say off campus. Bradley Blackburn reports.
The Supreme Court ruled 8-1 in favor of a Pennsylvania teenager who was punished for posting vulgar messages on social media while off school grounds.
Me and my friend posted a Snapchat on my story. It said F school, F cheer, F softball, F everything. I was really upset at a lot of things.
Then freshman Brandy Levy was off campus when she posted her profanity-laced rant after learning she didn't make varsity cheerleading. Her coach got wind of it and suspended Brandy from the JV squad. The court said that violated Brandy's First Amendment right to free speech.
The court decided narrowly in this case. The court said that the school just didn't have a substantial enough interest to regulate the speech at issue here.
Justice Stephen Breyer wrote the majority opinion. It might be tempting to dismiss BL's words as unworthy, but sometimes it is necessary to protect the superfluous in order to preserve the necessary.
He does say, courts, let's be very careful when school administrators try and silence students. Let's make sure that there's really a good reason for that.
Brandy issued a statement in response to the ruling saying the school went too far, and I'm glad the Supreme Court agrees. I'm proud that my family and I advocated for the rights of millions of public school students. The High Court said schools can restrict speech that would disrupt the school environment, such as threats or cyberbullying. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
The Secretary of Defense said for the first time today that he supports a major change in how the military handles sexual assault cases. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin told a House committee that he is open to a major shakeup to end what he's called the scourge of sexual assault in the military. The change would give independent military lawyers, not military commanders, responsibility for handling those crimes. The bill is named after Fort Hood Army specialist Vanessa Guillen, who was murdered last year by another soldier.
The system that we have now failed my sister.
We're here today because each year 20,000 service members are sexually assaulted and another 100,000 are sexually harassed.
Secretary Austin testified that he is also in favor of removing domestic violence cases from the chain of command, while the Vanessa Guillen Act goes even further, referring all serious crimes to independent military lawyers. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has promised to bring the bill to the floor.
U.S. authorities blocked access to dozens of news websites in Iran Tuesday in a widespread crackdown on the country's media. The Justice Department says the sites were trying to spread disinformation among American voters. The takedown stopped users in their tracks Tuesday. SEALs of the FBI and Department of Commerce popped up when they tried to visit Iranian news websites. The move blocked more than 24 sites operated by Iran, including the English language Press TV. The Department of Justice says many of the seized sites tried to influence the 2020 presidential election.
Showing misinformation, disinformation. In some cases, these sites propagate anti-Semitism, trying to sow discord within the United States.
The crackdown comes as the world reacts to Iran's newly elected president, Ibrahim Raisi. He and his country are already under U.S. sanctions. U.S. officials say many of the domains hosted by an American company violated those sanctions. Iran called Washington's actions bullying and proof the U.S. really doesn't believe in free speech.
A Chemtool parent company is giving an update on the air condition of Rockton, Illinois, 9 days after the plant fire. The Lubrizol Corporation says that air sampling is not showing a negative health risk to the surrounding community, other than the short-term irritation that one would normally experience in the presence of smoke. Last week, nearby residents also found pieces of fire-related debris show up in their yards. Officials said they are working with Clean Harbor numbers to remove the debris. According to the Chicago Tribune, Rockton residents who were forced from their homes are now filing 2 lawsuits seeking class action status against Lubrizol.
A statewide RV tour is highlighting the success of the American Rescue Plan while calling out Republican Senator Ron Johnson on his failed attempt to block the act. The summer is on. No thanks to Ron RV tour is being put on by Opportunity Wisconsin, which fights for an economy that works for the people of the Badger State. The RV will be traveling across the state where Wisconsinites can sign a greeting card and they can deliver a message to Senator Ron Johnson.
But he said no to money in pockets. He said no to coronavirus relief. He said no to getting more shots in arms. But thanks to the American Rescue Plan, shots are up. COVID is down, personal incomes are up, and we've got small business relief, restaurant revitalization fund that so many of us have been able to take advantage of and really bring back the jobs and get back to the Wisconsin we love and we know best.
In April, the senator told Wisconsinites they didn't need the COVID relief checks that President Biden funded as part of the American Rescue Plan.
Madison Chief of Police Sean Barnes spoke up against defunding the police in a meeting with the Rotary Club earlier today. Barnes, who started his new job in February, wanted to meet with local members of the public to discuss how he foresees community police relations in the future, the roles of mental health specialists in police work, and the concept of defunding the police.
I think what they want us to do is use our resources in a way that's more equitable, and I'm certainly all for that. But I think that in order to have a great police department, you have to invest in it, just like your business, just like your home, just like your marriage, just like your relationships. And investing means sometimes making sure that you have the resources that you need in order to train, in order to have the equipment, and in order to hold each other accountable.
Chief Barnes was very happy to be working with the Rotary Club on this event and encouraged other organizations to reach out to the police department to form similar relationships.
A local elementary school is showing students they can become anything they set their minds to. No student has seen these pictures in person yet. These are hanging in the library at Cesar Chavez Elementary School. The principal bought these from a local artist to bring more diverse representation into the school, something she says is important for all students to see.
This is really for all students to see the important contributions that African Americans have made in our own community and in our country and in our world, and help them see and think about the potential for their own lives.
And tonight at 5, our Jamie Perez introduces us to the artist behind these drawings and shares her inspiring story.
Looking forward to that. The pictures are amazing.
They are.
Well, coming up next at 4, we speak to legendary Wisconsin head basketball coach Bo Ryan.
He's talking about the Coaches versus Cancer Gala tonight. Stay tuned to find out how you could bid and win a dinner with Kelly and Bo Ryan. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Ashley Home Store's Stars and Stripes holiday sale starts now. Get up to 60% off holiday doorbusters. Pay as little as $25 a month for complete rooms you'll love with no interest financing for 5 years. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout. Ashley Home Store.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. Mad City Baths is your trusted local source for bathroom updates, from tub to shower conversions to walk-in tubs with easy access designs. We install in as little as 1 day. Be one of 50 homeowners who receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower system. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures, put a good neighbor sign in your yard, and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
I may have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis, but we are so much more. We're team players and artists.
designers and do-it-yourselfers, parents and friends.
If joint pain is getting in the way of who you are, it's time to talk to your doctor about Enbrel. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop permanent joint damage.
Plus, Enbrel helps skin get clearer in psoriatic arthritis. Ask your doctor about Enbrel so you can get back to your true self. Play ball! Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections, serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu. Visit Enbrel.com to see how your joint damage could progress. Enbrel. Eligible patients may pay as little as $5 per month.
What a deal! Get top dollar for your trade now at East Madison Toyota during the summer buyback event. Bring us any make, any model, and get top dollar for your trade. If it runs, we've got the funds during the summer buyback event at East Madison Toyota. Plus, we've just received 8 truckloads of inventory with a great selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
The Summer of Sleep mattress sale starts now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to $800 instantly on the best brands. Pay as little as $20 a month for luxury mattresses like these, plus a free adjustable base or free furniture with purchase. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. Pop star Britney Spears expected to speak on her own behalf during a court hearing in Los Angeles today.
Spears is asking for more control over her finances and her day-to-day life. Since 2008, Spears' father, Jamie, has been his daughter's conservator, managing her finances and almost every aspect of her life. Jamie Spears was appointed after Britney went through an apparent mental health crisis.
People go through the conservatorship process most often because they're compromised, right? And they need help. And the first thing that we, as lawyers, and the courts, as jurists, try to do is make sure that people are protected.
In 2019, another court order forced Jamie Spears to share control of Britney's finances, an estimated $60 million fortune with an estate management firm. Now, after 13 years, the 39-year-old Spears wants her father out of the picture. According to the New York Times, Spears claims the conservatorship restricts everything from whom she dates to the color of her kitchen cabinets.
Stocks ended mixed on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials lost 71 points, ending the day at 33,874. The Nasdaq added 18 points, enough to eke out another record high. However, the S&P 500 was off 4.5. A lot of money will be raised in Madison tonight for the fight against cancer.
Despite the challenges of the pandemic, the 14th annual Coaches vs. Cancer Wisconsin Gala will go on tonight at Monona Terrace with a limited number of guests.
Earlier today, we spoke with former UW men's basketball coach Bo Ryan, who was instrumental in bringing the event to Madison. So, Coach, the event's going to be a little different this year. Tell us what's going to happen tonight.
It's going to be a little different, Mark, because of, the numbers. We wanted to keep it, safer for everyone, and as far as how many people get to be in a restricted area. So it's going to be on the rooftop of Monona Terrace, and it's going to be a lot of our biggest boosters and fundraisers and people with very substantial donations, which has been unbelievable. And also our ambassadors and our people who are working behind the scenes to promote our Coaches vs. Cancer campaign. So, there won't be like a live auction. The auction will be on mobile devices. And of course, Channel 3, you will have the website, from what I understand, that people will be able to go to.
It's going to be a special night. It always is. And tonight you're going to honor Madison native and former Badger hockey legend Rob Andringa, who sadly lost his life to colon cancer earlier this year at 51. That, I would imagine, is going to be a very powerful moment for his family and all of his friends who haven't had an opportunity yet, really, to celebrate his life.
Very much so. And I was fortunate enough to have gotten to know Rob pretty well. What a sense of humor, what a great guy. It's a shame when the good ones have to go that way. But, we can turn that into a very, very strong message about screening, about whether it's a colonoscopy, a Cologuard, mammograms, things like that are out there now that people, especially with COVID, the numbers are down of people that are getting screened. So what he was diagnosed with colon cancer, if, let's say, he was screened earlier, could he have been still with us? So what we're trying to do with this event tonight is all the money is going to go towards the awareness of screening, the campaign to really get the message out to people. Look, it's never too early to go have yourself checked out. So Rob, in his memory, has the opportunity to save a lot of other people's lives simply by trying to get screened and taken care of earlier. And we firmly believe that with this money that we raise, we can get that message out there a lot stronger.
You've been part of this organization from the beginning. What was the initial peak that got you going with Coaches versus Cancer?
Well, it started out as our National Association of Basketball Coaches charity of choice. And right from day one, I was on the executive committee with the Coaches Association, and I said, okay, we'll do our part in Madison. And little did we know that we would become the #1 fundraiser for Coaches versus Cancer with our galas. Around $8 million to this point. We're going to raise over $500,000 tonight, where the other chapters and the other places around the country get maybe $200,000. So you can take the competitor out of the game, but you can't take the competition away from a person like myself. So Kelly and I have been very, very strong advocates of doing what we can here in the local area, and the people in the Madison area have been unbelievable. There's no other city in the country where people give to fight cancer stronger than Madison. So we're very proud to be a part of that. I've lost, as everyone else has, some people that are very close. College roommate, the gentleman that got me into college coaching, and Bill Cofield. Each time we do these, more people are getting the opportunity to help beat this dreaded disease with research, and that's what the fundraising's for. And again, my hat's off to the people of Madison and the Madison area, because there's no other place that even comes close to what we raise here.
Absolutely.
Tell Jay Wilson we said hi. He's emceeing the event tonight. We miss him very much, so please say hi from all of his friends here at News 3.
He has friends. Okay.
6:45 tonight. We have the link, as you said, Bo, on channel3000.com. Raise a ton of money. It's a great cause.
Have a wonderful evening to you and Kelly and everyone there. Thanks so much, Coach. Great to see you and have a chance to talk to you.
Well, thank you for caring. Thanks.
And by the way, we did ask Coach Ryan about the current story you may have read in the Wisconsin State Journal today about friction between UW basketball players and the current men's head coach, Greg Gard. But Coach Ryan did not have any public comment at this time.
So just to recap, the reception for the gala is currently taking place. The live stream and auction start at 6:45 p.m. And in breaking UW sports news, the UW has just announced Camp Randall will be at full capacity this fall. This decision was made by UW athletic officials following consultations with campus officials.
That is exciting.
It is exciting.
Getting back to normal.
Well, up next, a herd of cows is a pretty common sight around here. No big deal, right?
But it is a big deal if that herd is roaming around a suburban Los Angeles neighborhood. We'll have a look at that story next on Take a Look at This.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. That's why US Cellular doesn't have any hidden requirements. So you can get the latest phone with no activation fees, required phone trade-ins, or anything like that. That's all there is to it. Get a Samsung Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
A good night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhafels. During Steinhafels' 4th of July mattress sale, we have all the best brands in stock and on sale, so you can try before you buy. Plus, with Steinhafels' special 60-month financing and free delivery, buying a new mattress has never been easier. And with Steinhafels' 120-night sleep guarantee, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
4 days only. Save an extra $700 on these top appliance brands exclusively at the Grand Appliance Buy More, Save More sale. Get great deals on thousands of in-stock appliances, including this Bosch Ultra Quiet dishwasher for just $5.98, or this 26 cubic foot LG side-by-side refrigerator just $9.98. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Take a look at this. Holy cow. A lot of cows escaped from a meatpacking plant in Pico Rivera, California last night. The cows were running around surface streets before settling into a cul-de-sac as Sheriff Department deputies tried to wrangle the cows.
See, they went into a cul-de-sac. There was no way out.
That's right. One person taken to the hospital after being trampled by the herd, and one cow was injured trying to run away. Apparently, the cows got loose after someone left a gate open at the plant. We don't think her name was Mrs. O'Leary.
Eventually, that would start the fire.
Eventually, 2 cattle trailers arrived on the scene along with some real cowboys, and the cattle were corralled once again.
I love the guy who gets in front of him. Stop. No, just kidding. I'm getting out of the way.
City planners don't like cul-de-sacs. No way out. You're right, Gary.
Well, go ahead and grab a tall glass of water. Today is right on cue. Actually, that's a water bottle. I thought that was hairspray. Today
it's both.
Today is National Hydration Day. It always falls on the first week of summer, and it's a reminder that drinking lots of fluids and being hydrated is one of the best things you can do for your body. Since our bodies are 60% water, it's important to drink 8 glasses a day. And if you don't really enjoy the taste of water, you can always infuse it with cucumber, mint, or lemon to make it more refreshing. That's a good idea. Stay hydrated on these hot summer days. Drink plenty of fluids and make it part of your routine. And go ahead and share a glass with everyone on social media with the hashtag National Hydration Day.
Don't share the glass.
No, not the glass, yes.
Dietitian Michelle Swader was on the noon show yesterday, and we were talking about hydration.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables are full of water.
And you said coffee counts, right?
Yeah, coffee counts. But
and so is the weather office refrigerator. That's full of water, too.
Yeah, it's very important, especially as we warm up again.
Right, we have it stocked up in case we have severe weather for tomorrow, and that could be a possibility. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll have more in the forecast in just a couple of minutes.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tired of unsightly mold and mildew in your bath area? Mad City Baths has the solution. Our bath and shower systems are infused with Microban antimicrobial protection for easy cleaning. And we can install your new bath or shower in as little as 1 day.
They're honest with you. They're, very friendly, respectful.
They'll do it 1 day, and it'll be done.
So don't wait. We're looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. You'll get special savings with free installation. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. Let us take pictures before and after, and we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program to receive a $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
After an accident, if you want to win, time is not on your side. Every second you wait, the less your case may be worth, which is why what you do next is critically important. You may have only one chance to get this right. So put a powerful law firm on your side, one the insurance companies have dealt with before. Call Hupy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow and tomorrow night for the potential for some severe weather. A little better chance, as it appears now, for some severe weather probably tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, with the potential for heavy rain, high winds, and hail from most of these thunderstorms. Even an outside threat of a tornado, but I would not really worry about that at this point. That's probably pretty low. So, right now, some showers are moving through the Madison area, but you can see how widely scattered they are. Not everybody has seen them, but a few places getting a brief heavy downpour as they pass, and not seeing much, if any, lightning from them. Those will eventually head out into Lake Michigan. Then we're just looking for dry weather overnight with partly cloudy skies. The severe weather outlook for today has threat for some severe thunderstorms up toward Lake Superior and then farther to the south and west. And then tomorrow this area will fill in. And the Storm Prediction Center now has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from Madison on toward the north and west into much of central and southwestern Wisconsin. A marginal risk, level 1, for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm eastward toward Milwaukee and then northern up toward Rhinelander. Right now it appears high wind and hail the main threats. The highest threat just north and west of Madison. Same thing for the large hail threat. Tornado threat lower, but notice a broad area where it's possible an isolated tornado could spin up. But this area delineates a 2% chance within 25 miles of a point, or about roughly the size of a county. So pretty low chances of tornadoes. And then for Friday, the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms into southwestern Wisconsin. A lot of it's going to depend on what happens tomorrow. If we see more storms develop later on in the day and then a break overnight, it's possible we could have a better chance for some severe thunderstorms on on Friday. Future track shows those showers heading off to the east, generally dry conditions overnight, and then we could see some storms up in the northern part of the state dropping southward by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening and then tomorrow night, and then more thunderstorms firing up. But where the initial batches of storms form, that will depend where the next batch forms, because you could see a gust of wind out of the base of those storms that will fire up storms in a different location. So because the winds aloft are relatively light, we could see storms pop up just about anywhere anywhere, and it's hard to pinpoint, oh yeah, you're going to have thunderstorms here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is not one of those situations, but everybody will get rain, and the question is how much rain. And right now the computer models are showing a general ½ inch to an inch of rain over much of southern Wisconsin, with some areas picking up 1 to 2 inches of rain, and maybe even more, especially north and east of Madison, where the greater threat for the more persistent thunderstorms will be. So for tomorrow, look for a high of 79. It'll be cloudy and humid with scattered showers and thunderstorms. On future track, again, probably looking at mainly dry conditions once those showers move out for tonight. Tomorrow, some thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. The potential is there for some strong to severe thunderstorms through tomorrow night, and then some more showers and storms popping up on Friday. But again, the timing on this is kind of tough to say. Some areas may pick up 2 or more inches of rain. Other areas about a ½ inch to an inch, but most areas will get a pretty good soaking through Saturday. And then notice the temperatures. They'll stay in the 70s through Sunday, but with thunderstorms Saturday, a chance of thunderstorms Sunday, and then almost a daily chance for thunderstorms next week, but most of the time it won't be raining. Mainly afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, just a slight chance of thunderstorms, and then humidity starts to increase as we head toward the 4th of July weekend, which is that next weekend, with some thunderstorm chances Saturday and probably the 4th of July Sunday. And a quick look at the 4th of July, probably looking at temperatures in the mid-80s and a fair amount of humidity. Typical summer.
Keep an eye to the skies.
Right.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Well, cruising is set to officially relaunch in the U.S. when Celebrity Edge departs from Fort Lauderdale this Saturday. Ships are already sailing from foreign ports. Celebrity
was the first U.S.-based line to launch from Europe with the departure of the Apex this past weekend from Athens, Greece. Wendy Gillette takes us on board.
It's just so beautiful here today.
Martha and Paul Perlman from the Philadelphia area are aboard Celebrity Apex on its inaugural cruise in the Greek islands.
It's so fabulous.
They're celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary.
Because
the pandemic canceled 3 cruises the couple had planned. On this one, all passengers provided proof of vaccination, underwent a medical screening, and got a COVID test. Paul's first.
It was a little weird, sitting in front of people and having that in a big open space, but it was not a big deal.
The process flagged 2 guests with COVID-19 earlier this month on a Celebrity cruise ship out of St. Martin. They were moved into isolation.
The cases were handled exactly as per protocol, and that's why there was no further issues. We followed the protocols and we proved that the protocols work.
Masks are required on the Apex unless you're drinking or eating, because that's what Greece mandates. When the Edge launches out of Florida on Saturday, the rules will be different.
We follow the US CDC guidelines. For fully vaccinated passengers, it is not a requirement to wear masks.
This past Sunday, Royal Caribbean launched a test cruise from Miami with mostly employees aboard. The CDC says companies that conduct a successful test voyage do not have to require passengers be vaccinated.
Cheers.
Lindsay and William Keogh from the Boston area are comfortable with the rules aboard Apex.
I feel safe, relaxed. I've barely thought about COVID beyond this conversation since we've been on this ship.
That's exactly what they wanted as they celebrate their honeymoon, delayed since October because of the coronavirus. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Mykonos, Greece.
You're going on that ship.
I'm going on the Apex in December.
Wow, it looks beautiful.
I'd like to be in Greece.
Yeah.
It's spectacular.
The CDC's regulations for U.S. cruise ships leaving Florida are being downgraded now to recommendations or guidelines.
The change will happen next month after a judge sided with a lawsuit filed by the state of Florida challenging the rules. Well, coming up next here on Live Before, the Red Cross is getting the word out. They need donations now. We'll tell you about how the reopening of the country is leading to a severe blood shortage.
And then coming up next hour at 5, have you been noticing more apartment construction downtown than ever before? Our Christina Laurie goes inside the Isthmus apartment boom in Madison at 5.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
When it comes to the bathroom, the Mad City bathroom, I have to give it a 10.
The shower is great.
And after the finished product, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Mad City has over 50,000 satisfied customers. In as little as 1 day, we can transform your bathroom with a new walk-in shower, barrier-free shower, or walk-in tub with hydrotherapy. American-made with premium wall patterns like Canyon Slate, Silver White Marble, and more. We have special savings for 50 homeowners who call now. Get free installation on a new bath or shower system. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. Let us put a good neighbor sign in your yard, and we'll compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi. I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications. Our coatings are easily able to withstand heavy traffic, drop tools, and they're ridiculously easy to clean. We are dedicated to superior customer service, which doesn't just stop after the installation. We also provide you with an exclusive warranty on all of our floor coatings that gives you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice 2-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Tonight at 5, motivation through artwork, how a local artist is reaching out to students through her drawings. That's ahead at 5.
As humidity increases, so will the chances for showers and thunderstorms over the next few days. There's an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow for possible severe weather. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Madison is in the middle of a major apartment boom. What new construction means for the price you pay to live in the city. That and more coming your way tonight. Join us for News 3 Now at 6.
Live look at the Fiserv Forum in downtown Milwaukee. The Bucks and their fans are getting ready and anticipating Milwaukee's matchup tonight against the Atlanta Hawks in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
7:30 tonight.
Yeah, very exciting. Well, every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. That's according to the U.S. Red Cross.
But the U.S. is now experiencing a severe shortage with the reopening of the country in the pandemic. Danya Bacchus explains.
That extra. Courtney Kirkbride knows how important it is to donate blood.
I never miss my 8 weeks, and I've given over 50 units of blood in my lifetime.
There's an emergency need for her O negative blood. It's known as the universal donor because it can be given to patients of any blood type. But the Red Cross says there is less than half-day supply of type O blood and a critical shortage of other blood products.
The demand for blood has really skyrocketed.
Dr. Ross Heron says with pandemic restrictions lifting, the nation is seeing a historic need for blood. A rise in elective surgeries that had been postponed, more car accidents and other traumas, as well as an increase in organ transplants are depleting the nation's blood supply.
We've been collecting a lot of blood, but with the demand so high, the inventory that we have on hand has really plummeted to very low levels, and we have to get more donors in the door and have those units available for the patients who need them.
The Red Cross says they also need platelet donors. That's because platelets only stay on the shelf for 5 days.
If we don't have constant donations, then we quickly will get behind the 8 ball and not have enough for patients' needs. And in fact, we're constantly each day trying to stretch our platelet supply as much as we can.
Dr. Heron is urging old and new donors to give blood. Courtney is already planning her next appointment.
It always feels good to give blood. It's such an easy thing for me to do, and I know that it makes such a difference.
A difference that could save many lives. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered. The number to call, 270-9933.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here. She'll be taking your calls when Live at 4 continues. Call now if you have a question. We'll be right back.
Here at Hague Dairy and Dane, it's just another day at the beach, laying in the sand and their own personal sprinkler system. You ladies have it made. here at Hague Dairy, I know farming really does mean family. What's it like to work alongside so many of your family members?
It's just a great feeling. You know, I've been here almost 30 years, and it's just, you know, I put a lot of hard work and time into getting this operation up to what it is, and it's great to see the next generation coming on board and, you know, taking over for me.
Absolutely. Robots were a new thing in the last couple years on the farm. How has that changed for you?
We installed the robots 3 years ago, and it's been kind of a game changer for us. It's allowed us a lot more flexibility on our schedule. It's a lot, you know, helped with so that we don't have to have so much additional hired labor. And just from the cow standpoint, it gives the cows a lot more freedom on how they want to spend their day too. They can, you know, they can stay out here and eat, or they can lay down, or they can go up and get milk at their convenience.
Absolutely. Straight from the farmer, give us those nutritional facts on dairy products.
The protein in milk and dairy products is just a phenomenal source of energy to help us get through the day and help our muscles recover at night. And then you got just a ton of vitamins and minerals in dairy products too. They're all natural.
It does the body good. And lastly, how can people who are watching right now, how can they support Hague Dairy?
Well, obviously, you know, by buying more dairy products. But the not so obvious one would be to, if you have a question about any of our practices, ask a dairy farmer. We'll gladly explain it to you. There's just so much misinformation out on social media that, you know, that we always battle against, you know, and then try and set the record straight.
Yep, come right to the source. He'll have the right answer.
Yeah.
John, thank you so much. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once-weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Well, on the Beltline, we've got some travel issues on the eastbound Beltline. Travel delays starting around Monona Drive, going back almost to Verona Road. Westbound delays start around Seminole Highway and go back to around Park Street or John Nolan Drive. Right now, eastbound on the Beltline, it'll take you 25 minutes from University Avenue to the interstate. Going back in the westbound direction, it's an 18-minute commute. Out of Madison, 25 minutes to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward. From Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 will take you 16 minutes. Downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151 is a 19-minute trip. That's your news through now. First Horn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here, taking your calls at 270-9933. Good to see you.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
All right. All the lines are full, so let's start clearing them. Let's start with Chris in DeForest. Hi, Chris. What's your question?
Hi. We have some daylilies, and they're about 3 years old, but they flower. The flowers don't get much taller than the leaves. They're pretty full, but they bloom right in the middle of the plant. And I was wondering what we can do to help them.
Well, there are, Chris, some smaller sized daylilies, so it might just be that you have one of those more miniature ones like Stella Doral or Bodacious Returns. There are a bunch of them, and the flowers are not a whole lot taller than the plants themselves. If you're not getting a lot of flowers, it might be a sun issue. The more sun they get, the better they're going to flower. You could also give them some bloom boosting fertilizer, like some, not blood meal, bone meal in the fall. That would help too.
But full sun.
Okay.
Really
full sun. The more sun they get, the better they'll bloom.
All right.
All right. Thanks for calling today. Let's go to Judy in Madison. Hi, Judy. What's your question?
Hi. My question is I'm wondering the best time to prune a smoke bush.
Okay, Judy, so you want to prune smoke bushes right after they're done flowering. So if you prune them too late, what you're doing is you're cutting the flowers off for the following season. So when you get those plumy, smoky flowers, when that's done, then you go ahead and take those off, and then it will be able to set flower buds for the next year.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Diane in Madison. Hi, Diane. What's your question? Diane, you there?
Yes,
What's
hello?
What's your question?
I have a question about snapdragons. How do you keep them blooming? They seem to get a pod on the top and don't bloom.
So what you want to do, Diane, is as they flower from the bottom of this flower stem to the top, when they get done, you cut that flower stem off just below a pair of buds, and then you'll get new branching buds that'll come out, and then the plant will be fuller and also will keep on flowering. The other thing you want to do with annuals, though, is to fertilize. You can use Miracle Grow or some other kind of water-soluble fertilizer or something slow release like Osmocote. Annuals are fertilized pretty heavily at the grower, and then by the time you get them home and we get to the end of June, there's no fertilizer left.
Okay,
so give them some food.
All right, good luck to you. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Darlene in Madison. Hi, Darlene. What's your question?
Hi, thank you. I have a Stanley plum tree, and I noticed that it has black rot on it. And when I looked it up, it said I should wait till fall to trim it out. But it makes me nervous just having that. Should I just get rid of the tree? Should I just cut those parts out and then spray it with a fungicide? It just makes me kind of nervous waiting until fall to do that.
So when you're talking about black rot, you're talking about it's got some black growths on the stems.
Yeah, it's got some bunchy brown black on the rest of the tree looks good, but just on the branches.
Okay, so that's called black knot with a K-N-O-T. And that is a fungus that is not treatable. The only thing you can do is prune it out. Oh, I would say back 8 or 12 inches inside the tree where the growth is healthy. The other thing you want to be careful of when you prune it is that you sterilize your pruners between every single cut with either Lysol spray or a bleach solution or some alcohol, because you can spread it from this cut to another place.
Wow. Nasty.
So black knot is very common on all kinds of prunus, cherries, plums, peaches, and once you get it, it just gets worse. So you should probably think about getting a replacement eventually, but if it's not a lot, just prune it out, but be sure to sterilize.
Wow. Okay. I think we have time for one more call. Harold from Partyville, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I have an asparagus patch that I've gone to seed, and all of a sudden I believe a rabbit's been chewing the tops and stuff. And I was kind of wondering if that was going to hurt asparagus for next year, or are they going to be okay?
It won't hurt them long term, Harold. You'll probably want to keep them away and from doing much damage, because as the plant is putting out that growth, it is putting in energy for next year. I would use a repellent. I really like the granular predator urine.
Oh, it comes with granular now.
Yeah, it comes with granular now, which is way better than the sticky liquid, but it's super effective. That's what I've been using this year to keep the bunnies away from my hosta.
Oh, that's good to know.
There's a lot of bunnies. I think the coyote population might be down.
There's a slew of bunnies this year.
All right. Thank you all for calling in. We're out of time. Lisa, good to see you.
Good to see you. We'll do this again soon.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
During the Summer of Sleep mattress sale at Ashley Home Store, save up to 60% off doorbusters like these. This deluxe Serta is half price, plus $500 in free furniture. Save $1,000 instantly on your choice of Sealy or Perfect Sleeper, now just $6.99. Ashley Home Store.
Pain? Yeah. Here, aspirin cream with max strength lidocaine. Works fast and lasts. Keep it. You're gonna need it.
Kick pain in the aspirin cream.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners whose bath or shower doesn't look so good and won't come clean. Call Mad City Baths now to take your bathroom from outdated to outstanding in as little as 1 day. From walk-in showers to walk-in tubs, backed with a double lifetime labor warranty. So why wait? Time's running out to call. Remember, we have special savings for 50 homeowners. Free installation on a new bath or shower system. 18 months, no payments, no interest financing. We'll take before and after pictures, put a good neighbor sign in your yard, and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Ashley Home Store's Stars and Stripes holiday sale starts now. Get up to 60% off holiday doorbusters. Pay as little as $25 a month for complete rooms you'll love with no interest financing for 5 years. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout. Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 5, an alert day is in your forecast. We could see possible severe weather. Our first warned weather team will let us know when the severe weather could hit. Plus, we're just hours away. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference NBA Finals between the Bucks and Hawks. We're live in Milwaukee at 5.
When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy.
Only one station can be the best.
News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast. Well, the potential is there for severe weather tomorrow. We have an alert day in the forecast for thunderstorms that could produce heavy rain, high winds, and hail as the biggest threats. The Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk of severe thunderstorms north and west of Madison for a few severe thunderstorms, marginal risk for isolated storms east of Madison. Right now, just seeing some showers off to the east of Madison. Those will end, and then after that, we'll be looking for mainly dry conditions tonight with storms developing tomorrow afternoon. We'll be right back.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Four days only. Shop the Buy More, Save More sale at Grand Appliance for unbeatable prices. Thousands of in-stock appliance options and up to $700 in additional savings available exclusively at Grand. Get great deals like this Amana top-load washer for just $4.98 or this Frigidaire 4-piece stainless steel package just $19.92. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance, the appliance expert since 1930.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's a medicine specifically made for heart failure, Entresto. It's a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice, 2-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
In today's Final Touch, it's like something out of a storybook.
A Michigan diver found a nearly century-old, long-lost message in a bottle. It's a fantastical tale as old as time, a mysterious message found in a bottle buried at sea. Does this really happen? In Sheboygan, Michigan, it did. Local diver and boat tour business owner Jennifer Dawker found a 95-year-old message in a bottle in the waters near the